So why did I start my practice? That's a really interesting question. It started when I was back in high school and made me run the mile. And I don't know if any of you have ever run the mile during physical education course, but they test you regularly if you want to run the mile, you have to improve your score over the course of the semester. And what ended up happening is I was towards the end and I was trying to better my score, my time really, on how fast I was running. And I was going around the track, the fourth lap around, completing the mile, and they had a curb around the outside of the track. And I came across, because I was so delirious, I was going so fast and so hard that I was starting to swerve on the track, and my right foot came down across and sprained my ankle severely on that curb. And so I finished the mile, thankfully, but I hobbled in and didn't get a really good time. And the next day my ankle was just horribly swollen and bruised, and our family didn't have insurance, and so I hobbled around on that ankle for about 4 to 6 weeks and thought my life was over, that I wouldn't ever be able to run, let alone walk normally ever again. And as a result, I found that something that simple as an ankle injury, foot injury, made a huge difference in my life. And if I had just had a little bit of information, I would have known that it takes about 4 to 6 weeks for a severe ankle sprain for patients to get over that, sometimes longer. And that's through my training as a podiatrist, that's what I eventually found out. But if I had been able to go back in time and treat my self back then, I would have been able to provide a lot of good information and be able to get me up and moving more rapidly than if I had not been treated at all. So that's the reason why I started my practice as a podiatrist. As I researched it more and more, going into podiatry and following other podiatrists and seeing what they were doing, it became clear to me that there were very few fatal type conditions that they ended up treating, and much of the time they were able to take care of patients and do something for them that made a big difference at the time that they were being seen, and instead of having to wait several months or even years to see a difference. And so it was that desire to be able to help patients and be able to get them up and moving quickly that has been really the most gratifying thing for me now.